Hello, everybody, and good afternoon. I was going to see if the energy, the pendulum energy, would show up thought patterns. I was talking about that before with some of the personal readings. It will show that. And then what it does is work to balance it and bring it to balance. Which is just an interesting thing. Okay, so that's always done at the end of the personal readings. And I just grabbed, just a couple of dead celebrities, all right, and they have died in relatively ordinary ways. It wasn't suicide or a tragic way, but so Russel Johnson, the professor on Gilligan's Island, and David Cassidy from the Partridge Family. Okay, so we're not looking to get an afterlife reading on them now, but just more see, really going back and see if we can get some thought patterns while they were alive, okay? Okay, so let's just see what happens. We're going to put the pendulum up here. Okay, and one can see that coming up to his head here, it's you can just see some of the patterns there. Okay, when the pendulum, when the energy shows balance, it will go in one direction and then the other. And you can see here that is not happening at all right? So there's different patterns that are around him, and then the heart is going in that direction, like a no, like there was a lot of no's he told himself in his world, and then some yeses too. Okay, so open doors, but also ways that he would restrain himself with these no's, and closed doors and limitations. Okay, so that's what's showing there in his heart. And then with his head, you can see a different kind of movement. Again, there's no, and then some jagged points, definitely hard things in there that he traversed and lived with. All right, so the points were sharp and cutting there in his mind, in his thought patterns, in whatever actions. All right, and so again, you can see that we're not seeing balance here, all right, in his world. Okay, and then there is some turning of yes, and you just see things kind of lopsided, skewed. Okay, so they're really all over the board there. This is an uncommon one. But let's go to let's go to Russel Johnson. See if he's what he was up to in life with his thinking patterns. Okay, so there's no's in there in his world view. There are yeses and open doors. All right, some that were more in, came out here. So even okay, so kept himself distant in some ways from certain things or ways of feelings and behaving. You can see there's a distance, so oftentimes it will come out that way to show that. Okay, so I don't know if he just had some issues, who doesn't really? But let's go down to his heart, and again we see the skewing. Okay, so we see it coming over more to his shoulder. Okay, it's not all in alignment where it should be totally heart-centered. And these are just, regular people that live their lives as we know, but certainly being in the celebrity limelight is going to bring something into it. But okay, so this, and okay, so it's just showing there wasn't a lot of balance here with energy. All right, not saying they weren't very nice guys or anything like that. Okay, but energy will speak its story to what's here. Okay, and so this is not, not something that we can say would be so unusual with people. But let's see if it will work to bring it to balance here. Okay, so let's see. So we have David Cassidy with these things that are off balance, no's and yeses and spiky points, right? Okay, so it's just, it will try to show a different way, okay, whether that one feels it or it's cleared away, I'm not sure, you know, but it's just showing a different way, in the better way, or bringing consciousness higher. Okay, so you can see it turning more like a yes there, revolving yes, and bringing the heart up, okay, the heart and the head to be more equal or in alignment and balance. You know, because with the readings too that I've done, it will show whatever is in the mind, what's in the mental sphere of thoughts and contradictions and, you know, worries and things. Their spirit is a completely different story. You know, it's not confined to any of those things. All right, so okay, so we just have to give it time and it will work with this. It's attempting to bring it, and it just seems like there is quite a bit of work around David Cassidy to be done to bring things in alignment. Okay, I'm feeling that there's just, we could be here a while, but we're going to see a little bit how it's trying to move with it, shake some of this off, and then bring it up to the higher, you know, when you go more here, this is the vision or the spiritual eye, you know, that connection with the cosmos. We're not seeing a lot of it, but it is working to try to move it one way and then the other so we can see some balance coming, okay? But it will be work. But you can see a little bit of a difference how it's doing that. And then coming back the other way, okay? And then, you know, going off into these tangents. But it's an effort here, okay? I'll be honest. It's an effort here to bring it into balance. Okay, it's trying, but it'll move and then shake, and then there's a lot of work there for him, okay? But it doesn't take this long in the readings that are done usually. But okay, so let's see with Gilligan's Island, Russel Johnson, he's the professor. Okay, so again we can see this distance that he has to in himself. He could have kept himself very distant from things, his emotions, okay, others, hard to say here, but there's something happening there, okay, that he needs to move more inward. And we're talking about when they were alive. I'm not doing an afterlife reading on where their consciousness is now. Okay, a lot of moving here and then attempting to come up. Okay, work to be done, that's for sure. Okay, and then it's going to go around, but it's not smooth. Okay, there's nothing smooth about this at all. All right, so this is just something to be seen. Now, when I've worked with images where people, you know, are more heightened consciousness, or let's say enlightened or whatever, you can definitely feel it. Right, a difference in the movement and balance and stillness. Okay, so now it's trying to work. It's just showing that really trying to sync up energies and get things moving, and you know, there's a little bit of smoothness there, and then it's going to, you know, go back again. Okay, let's see if these two had any similarities in their world. Might show that. Of course, they're men, right? Duh. They had male bodies. I wonder if there was much more. Okay, there were some other things, it feels like, and what they felt inside, okay? And it doesn't always show this. I mean, you know, if someone was way off in another world, then it's going to show that they don't have a lot in common. But it would be more likely that these two would, certainly. Okay, I don't know if that was helpful at all, but I just wanted to show it a little bit. It's always interesting. Oh, now we're seeing a bit of balance when we're talking. Balance is good. See, this is what I mean by going one way and then another. Okay, this is balance. All right, thank you for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye.